Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Auntieqasmr, and tonight's video is going to be let's say 15 minutes long of soft spoken, slow rambling about nothing, because that is what we do best here on this channel, and we do that from the comfort of our hotel rooms. So allow me to welcome you. Tonight we are in Albuquerque, and I have actually never been to Albuquerque before today, and that's like so surprising because I will have been a flight attendant for 3 years on June 20th, and today is June 10th, and at this point I really thought I had been to like almost every domestic layover destination that we being my airline flies to out of Minneapolis, where I am based. There's two off the top of my head that I can think of that I know I have not been to prior to today. It was New Mexico, Albuquerque, and I also have not gotten the Jackson Hole layover or the Kalispell, Montana. So like really good ones that I want. I really want to go to Jackson Hole, and I want to go to Kalispell so that I can go to Glacier. But if you listen to these rambles, you might know that I don't prefer to fly trips that have layovers. I prefer to fly turns because I can stack more hours doing that, and I like to squirrel away money so that I can take extended vacations once a year at least. I just got back from almost 2 months of not working. Last year, I took almost the entire month of April off, and I went to Thailand. I also went to Mexico City last year in late September, early October. I took a trip to Albania the year before that. I took a long trip to Turkey during my first year of flying, and I just recently did a trip to Banff, Canada with my mom. And all the other trips that you see me taking here on this channel are ones that I'm on for work. I generally don't record videos when I am taking my vacations because I travel really light, and even though I guess that's not really why, I can think of several times when I did still bring my, I say filming equipment, but my filming equipment is literally just this microphone. But I kind of disappear when I go on a personal vacation. And I just go and I have fun. And I resurface when it's over. So today was my first time being in Albuquerque, and I have heard from other flight attendants that they really like this layover. And my dad has been to New Mexico. He's driven Route 66 before. I actually have a mug at home from Space Age Cafe, which is somewhere in New Mexico, possibly even Albuquerque. I did not go there today. I didn't even Google it. But I wasn't sure if this layover was popular with other flight attendants just because the hotel is nice, which it totally is. It has very much like it's a boutique hotel, and it has very stylish. It has very much like an Art Deco kind of interior design. I'm a big fan of that. I like a very, in a hotel, I like a very stylized space, the whole wall right here behind the bed is like a whole wall mural. There is quite a busy patterned wallpaper in the little entryway to this room. The carpet is striped. It's not even a solid color. Each chair is a different color. The curtains are a different color. There's funky lamps. There's a textural ottoman. And dark stained wood. Kind of brass hardware. It's busy. It's busy, but it's all put together. A very ornate mirror behind me. I really like that in a hotel. One of my other favorite hotels is the one that we stay at in Annapolis. I really like Annapolis. I like going there. I also really like the hotel. That place has such busy decor and such a strong theme. And oddly enough, I like it a lot, but only in a hotel. I think this would be too busy for me if it were a place where I lived. Also, it's a little too stylized to be timeless, which is kind of funny to say because it's a 1920s style and here we are in the 2020s, so I guess the style itself is timeless, but my fondness of it would not be timeless. If I was seeing this every day, I think it would be fatiguing It's just kind of a lot. But it's exciting to have this kind of environment every now and again. But for myself, there's a lot of aesthetics that I like. I like this kind of aesthetic. I am a big fan of dark, gothic aesthetics. Like, I really, really want like a Victorian mansion. When I was a kid, some other family at the elementary school that I went to gave me, I guess they had like an older child that never built this dollhouse. And it wasn't like a snap together Barbie playhouse made out of plastic. It was made out of wood. And it was a 3-story Victorian mansion, and I applied the shingles to the roof individually and all of the like turrets, and it had a wraparound porch and, you know, window shutters and ornate paneling and framework in the windows. And I was like, oh, I want to live in this house someday. 100%. I love a Victorian house. And I definitely would love to live in a Victorian house. Not a mansion, though, because I am only one person, and I'll only ever be one person. And I will have many cats and many dogs. But other than that, I don't want to be the one cleaning a big house. I mean, ideally, I'll be just like wealthy and I can have a cleaner, but also it's overwhelming. I just want enough space. The ideal situation for me would be like more of a cottage size home with a Victorian facade on the exterior, placed in a very cottagey setting. Like, I would love to have a good chunk of land, and I could get even more animals. And of course I'd be wealthy, so I could have ranch hands to take care of them all while I traveled, but I would be able to be like a resource in the rescue network for dogs and kitties. And I could have, you know, a place for them to land for a while until they got rescue adopted. And if they didn't, that would be okay, because I would have enough space to keep some permanent residents. And anyway, the Victorian house thing. In my head, I would love, like, I love a maximalist, dark, gothic looking, quite busy interior design, but I wouldn't want to live in that. Ultimately, I just want, like, I used to, when I had Instagram, I was wasting all my time on Instagram looking at reels, so I deleted it, but there's a Instagram account. It's like old Norwegian homes, or maybe just like old Scandinavian homes. Like a real estate listing profile for old homes in Scandinavian areas. And the general gist of the interior design style, the general flavor that I observed in all of those listings was like open spaces, lots of natural light, like white or very light colored painted walls so that all the light can just bounce around, and natural wood, but like fairly light toned, lots of plants, linens. Like that's what I really like. It's not really my style, but it's what I really like, because my apartment that I live in right now is in a pretty, like, I don't know what direction my windows face, but I have a small sunroom that gets a lot of light, and two quite large windows in my living room area that brings in a lot of light. And I have white walls and I have wooden floors, and I have loads of plants, and I just love it so much. I love natural light. It makes me quite happy. Thank God I live on the top floor of my building, because I do not keep any window dressings. I need the light coming in, and my cats love it. They will sit in the living room and they will all chase the beam of light coming in through the window as it phases across the floor. And they're so happy. So that's ultimately what I would like. I think that would be pretty great. But I like this too. I like the style of this hotel. It's very cozy, obviously. I am recording this video from bed, which I've done before. I think we were in Dublin the last time. I couldn't even be bothered to get out of bed to record. I thought about it, but then I decided why not. The lamp here is probably better than I could figure out elsewhere in the room, lighting wise. Once we got here this morning, the driver that took us to the hotel was explaining to us all the places we could go, what kind of is New Mexican style Mexican food. Pointed out we passed actually several Breaking Bad filming locations and Better Call Saul filming locations just on the way to the hotel. And we passed by a hotel that used to be an insane asylum and crematorium, I believe is what she said it was, that is now supposedly haunted. And we were advised to go to the Sawmill Food Hall Market place thing, and that the shuttle would actually take us there if we wanted. So there's a 4-person crew that I'm on, and 3 of us came down to hop on the shuttle. Turns out they had just recently updated the times that the shuttle runs to start 1 hour after we had been told. So 2 of us went back upstairs, myself included. 1 of us went to go on a walk, and we all agreed to meet again in an hour. And at that point, it ended up just being me and my flight leader who showed up. And I'm an aft aircraft flight attendant for this trip and for basically any trip. So I interact with the flight lead less than I do anybody else on the crew while we are working. And I'm pretty introverted, and she seemed to have about the same kind of social battery that I do. So we hit it off really well. It was nice. I had Googled some New Mexico style Mexican food dishes. Green chili came up about 1,000 times. I thought carne adobado, I think, was what sounded really good to me in particular. So at the food hall, we found a place called Red and Green, and I got a carne adobado stuffed sopapilla with green chili instead of red chili. I am really more of a red chili sauce person, but green chili is the thing here, so that's what I got. It was really good. I mean, it wasn't and nothing ever will be my San Diego Mexican food, but this was tasty and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed chit-chatting. And in the ride to and fro, I was noticing just such spectacular cloud formations in the sky. We're kind of in the punch bowl, if you will, where it's pretty flat here in the city, but I'm just looking. I have a large window in here, and basically as far as the eye could see, that perimeter is mountainous. So I got to observe the mountains and a wide open sky filled with spectacular clouds, quite a mix of different ones as well. I saw one massive cumulonimbus cloud. It was like a wall taking up half your field of vision if you looked at the sky. Gray, looked very stormy. There was cumulus clouds. I think I saw cirrus clouds, altostratus clouds. I don't know. Basically, I looked at the sky. I saw all these fantastic cloud formations, particularly that giant cumulonimbus cloud with the huge upward movement. And I looked at the sky and I said, there's gonna be a storm tonight. There's gonna be a thunderstorm tonight. And right as I was getting back up to my room, I was out of my peripheral vision. I saw what I thought was just a glint of the light from the smoke detector reflecting off of the window, but it was really bright, so it got my attention. And then just a massive streak of lightning, it's a large window, and that streak of lightning just crashed across the whole sky that I could see. And then huge rumble of thunder. I felt pretty smart for being able to look at the sky, and I was yeah, we're gonna get a storm. So then I turned off the lights in the room for a bit so that they would not be glaring off the window, and I just hung out in here for a while and enjoyed looking at the spectacular lightning and listening to the thunder and listening to the rain tap against the window. It really didn't last very long. It was kind of just a burst. I mindfully chose to sit here and just kind of enjoy the sounds of the storm for a bit. And right about as I had the thought that it might be nice to set up my camera really quickly and try to see if my tiny little microphone would even pick up the sounds of the storm for some ambient noise in the background. Like right as I had that thought occur to me, it pretty much stopped. But I was already comfy in bed at that point. The hotel has a robe, and we know that I am a sucker for a hotel that has a robe. And I'm quite tired. I woke up in Indianapolis this morning, and I needed to be on the shuttle to the airport at 4:30 a.m., which means I gotta get up at 4 a.m., and now it's almost 11 here in New Mexico. I have a later shuttle tomorrow, so it's no big deal. But I'm getting sleepy, so I figured I would just make this video, and as soon as I'm done, I'm going to fall asleep, and I will upload it probably tomorrow. There comes the yawn. I'm extra tired. Not just because I had to get up quite early and I'm staying up a little bit past an appropriate bedtime, but I really didn't sleep last night. If you've watched my most recent uploads, I have made mention of the fact that I finally purchased a good bed, like for an adult human being, because I realized that the cheap, extremely plush Amazon bed that all my bones were sinking into, creating like crazy curvature and misalignment in my body as I slept in my own bed for nearly 2 months consecutively during this recent break from work, which is not something that I have ever done since I bought that mattress when I moved to Minneapolis. It made me realize, like, that is actually such a bad mattress, because I was in so much pain. And I knew it wasn't a good mattress, but I guess I didn't have any proper respect for how important a good mattress is, even though we do spend so much time sleeping, and I am in fact 29 years old, and I probably should have figured that out by now. Somehow I didn't, but I did figure out probably almost a year ago now. I probably was about it, like maybe August or July of last year. I had a layover in Winnipeg, and the bed at the hotel where we stay there was the most immaculate night's sleep I have ever had in my entire life. And since then, I asked at the hotel what kind of mattress it is, and what brand it is, and what kind of bed sheets they were. I never wrote that information down. I didn't need to. I have remembered it to this day. And it was a Beauty Rest mattress. And from experience, I now know that I prefer a firmer mattress. So, for Memorial Day, I did buy myself a queen size, extra firm Beauty Rest mattress. It was on an insane deal, great sale. And Memorial Day was, just a couple weeks ago, and it took them a moment to actually get the mattress delivered to me. And I have been working a couple trips here and there since I received it, so, I haven't actually spent too many nights on that mattress. But even within 1 or 2 nights of sleeping on it, I realized what a game changer it is and will be for me. And I thought, wonderful. I'm not going to be in as much pain, and I'm going to get good quality sleep. This is wonderful. Well, maybe not super wonderful though, because now I've revisited hotels again after not working for a while, and I used to always get my best sleep in hotels, and once again, being completely blind to the significance of a mattress, I really attributed it to how much I enjoy being in hotels. Being tired because I was at work. Hotels are clean, and there's no mental burden because you're not the one that has to clean it. And you're in a new place, and it's exciting, and I really attributed my quality rest in hotels to be thanks to that more than anything. When really it was the mattress the whole time. And I always got my best sleep in hotels because the mattress in any hotel is just light years better than the mattress that I had at home. Well, now I went and very deliberately bought the perfect, most comfortable mattress that I could ever want for my body and my preferences. And I'm absolutely loving it. And it has ruined me. Because now the hotel mattresses are the uncomfy mattresses. And, you give me a week or so, a week and change of sleeping on a decent mattress that I can call my own, and I am a changed woman. I have standards now. I couldn't sleep last night in that hotel bed in Indianapolis. I mean, I did eventually, but it was less than 4 hours of sleep that I got. It's crazy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I need to actually go and make an exchange and get a slightly less comfortable mattress and split the difference between my mattress and hotel mattresses so that my home mattress is pretty comfortable but not so comfortable that it ruins me for hotels? Because ultimately I do spend a lot of time in hotels, and I do like sleeping. It really would be nice if I could sleep. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Obviously, I love my new mattress, and it's wonderful. And I'm just gonna have to just be so tired that I fall asleep tonight no matter what. And the good news is that I am. I definitely am. I should have napped today, but napping stresses me out. On a work rotation, napping stresses me out. Because God forbid I trade the ability to get a full night's sleep because I'm too awake thanks to an ill-timed 2-hour nap. And now I'm just gonna have to stretch that 2-hour nap into a whole second day. The thought of that terrifies me. I'm not a great napper. I am a good napper. If it's a day that I don't have to do anything, I love a nap. I can absolutely take a nap. I'm great at it. What I'm not great at doing is also sleeping that night. And I love being a night owl. So yeah, when I'm not at work, I'll take a nap and then I'll stay up all night. And I will ditz around with my projector screen and my snacks and my cats and just have a ball of a time. Fully knowing that that's what I anticipated would happen when I chose to take a nap. I just cannot do that. If I'm at work, I need sleep. Like an actual night of sleep before I work. So I did not nap today. And it has led me to be very tired. And that makes your eyes get a little weary. But so does the desert air out here. But that's okay. It's way better than the kind of wet heat that we have in Minnesota. I actually really liked it here. I told you yesterday that if you tune in for this video, expect to see a flight attendant's review of Albuquerque based off of like a handful of hours, like 12 hours worth of opinion. Definitely enough to form an opinion, I'll tell you. And yeah, I give it like a like I can see the mountains, which means certainly there's hiking here. There is Mexican food, even though it's not my favorite style of Mexican food, but it was still yummy. I like the general kind of style of like the what's that called? You know, like if I say desert houses, do you get a picture in your mind? Like the single story, they kind of look like clay. Terracotta is not the word, and I don't think it's stucco. But do you get what I mean? I like that style of home. There's a lot of that around. And if it's gonna have to be a hot environment, at least it's a dry, hot environment. And the sky is beautiful. Very unobstructed. There's not a ton of skyscrapers. Like the tallest building here is not even that tall. So, for my review, I think I am going to give Albuquerque like a 7.3 out of 10. I would definitely come back. I don't know if I would go out of my way to come back. I don't think I would take a vacation here. But if a long Albuquerque layover were to pop up in my schedule again in the future, I would be excited about it. And I think I would stretch my legs a little further and check out some additional things here. And I expect at some point tomorrow I will be bored for a minute. And I think it's quite likely that I will open up all trails and try to take a peek and see what kind of hiking is out here and what kind of nature. So, yeah, it's got me peaked. I would do this again. And just like that, this video is 40 minutes long. So I hope you enjoyed it. This was a soft-spoken video. My last video was a full whisper ramble. My last video before that was a mix of both. I tried to speak more slowly today. I tried to speak more slowly yesterday as well. That is something that I am trying to be more mindful of in my videos, because as we know, I really do have an incredible talent for just coming on here and talking to nobody about nothing. And it's like kind of fun just yammering on about bits about my day and my job that are fun. And I have a tendency to start to speak faster when I'm talking about things that I enjoy. But I'm trying to be relaxing. And I think that means I should speak more slowly. So that's what I'm trying to do. So just, if you would like, leave me some comments providing your opinion on the style of video, the preferences that you may have for cadence of speech, volume of speech. Are you a fan of a pure whisper, the soft-spoken, the mixture? Would you like some inaudible ramble? Those I notice tend to be spoken more quickly. I think that's kind of part of what works about it, as far as how it actually is a trigger is concerned. So if you would be so kind, and if you are so inclined, please let me know your thoughts about those items. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to literally lay my head down and fall right to sleep right now, and I hope that you are doing the same, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.